This is Matthew McGonaghy, and I have to say, all right. No, it's somebody else entirely. Let me just demo what I've been up to. It's a slider. Oh, a slider. Yeah, you've seen lots of these. But this one is mine. This one I made. All my widgets here are pretty much all mine. My buttons, my everything. I just don't like dependencies. But also, this was 3 hours of work. So I could slap myself on the hand and say, why did you spend 3 hours of your valuable time making a commonplace UI widget, this slider? It's actually a lot of work to make this thing. 3 hours, I was going pretty fast. But you got to do things like handle responsive layout changes. See, it works when you change it. It'll work if I zoom in or zoom out. Click on this guy and then you hold it down, and then while you're holding it down and there's movement over the area of travel, you update the thumb position. But if you go past, then it's got to stop before it goes all the way to the end. And also you want to get the place where it stops correct, because you don't want it to go too far. If you can't see that little line there, then it doesn't look like a slider anymore. It's lots of little things like that. Or if you let go of the mouse, and you let go of the mouse like off someplace else, it has to register that you let go of it. You can't take the event at the same widget. It's all kinds of little things like that. So why did I go to all that trouble? Because I have to make a second slider, which is more unique than this very garden variety vanilla slider that I created. And I want it to look and act the same and feel the same when you drag on it, but it's going to have two thumbs on it. Two thumbs, a left and a right one. I'll show you my little doodad here, my wireframe. It will have a start thumb and an end thumb. And you move them wherever you like, except you can't go past the other thumb, because the start can't come before the end. I don't want the start button to be over the top of the end, because then it would be confusing about like how you click on one of them if it's obscured. So there is some logic here. I think it is unique to my app. I don't think there's a slider widget already that I could import from a library that would do this exact thing. So that's why I spent 3 friggin' hours making a slider that has been made 10,000 times before and is available in libraries for the asking. Because I got to make a double slider next. And the double slider is going to start today. Alright. Go to Wisp. Here's my slider class here. It's got all this good code that I can probably reuse in my double slider. Or as I'm calling it, trim slider. Trim slider. And I think I'm going to do left and right screens, because there'll just be a lot of code I want to copy over, I think. So let's bring up the trim slider. Let's move it off to a split screen. And get rid of that. Here's my original slider code. And here's my trim slider code, which is just a stub at this point, and when it renders, it just shows this stupid text here. So to start with, I think I want it to just render correctly. no drag and drop logic or anything about interaction yet. So let's start with this. Okay, there's the container. I keep on noticing these indentation problems. And it's like I did such a terrible job of indenting yesterday. Like I was just confused half the time. I didn't have my indentation straight. I didn't know which level I was at. And as a result, it got trickier to do some things. Okay. Then there's going to be a left thumb. Gonna take out all this on mouse down, all that stuff. So this is left thumb boss, left thumb ref. Okay, throw in another one. This will be right thumb boss. Okay, and refs, yeah. So we have container ref, left thumb ref. Then we need a little use state. And that will work like so. Const use state. Wait, no, what am I doing? Yeah. Const, yeah. That's Copilot filling in text for me. And layout measurements will come in handy at some point, but do I need them right away? Do I need them? Do I need them yet? Let's say I do. Let's say I do. Okay. Layout measurements, they will go here. And I think I'll want left min x, left max x. Yep. You got the pattern, Copilot. You know. Okay. All right, and then let's do this guy. And here my split screen's a little bit painful. But you know, as soon as I get the basics, I'll stop doing split screen. Calc layout measurements. Yeah, let's bring that over too. Container, and then do I need both of them? Do I really need to pass both? know, I don't want to overthink it, but left thumb. They're both going to be the same size. So let's just say either thumb can be passed in. All right, let's say min x, min left x, padding width. No, I got that mixed around. Left max x. And let's multi-line just for my sanity. It's going to be, let's do travel width minus padding width minus thumb width. Okay. And yeah, let's see what you think. Okay. So right min x. Yeah, boy, it's so smart, this Copilot. Right max x. Travel width minus padding width. You got it. Jesus, how does it interpolate all that? How does it figure that out? Like, I kind of know the explanation. I spent probably about 20 hours just listening to YouTube videos and reading papers and stuff about it. It just doesn't feel like it should be as good as it is based on the explanations in those algorithms. And it's not open source, so maybe there is some extra thing they're doing beyond just LLMs and transformers. Who knows? They do. Do they? I don't know if they know. I really don't know if they know. Maybe they just birthed an AGI and they know it works really great, but they have no idea how to make sense of it. Who knows? But it's quite good at figuring out coding. Okay, so here's my thumbs. I need the left thumb pause and the right thumb pause to be set to something useful. I'll need some kind of calc thumb pause thing based on the measurements. The layout measurements have to be initialized inside of use effect after the component mounts. That's probably the next thing to do. So I'll bring this crazy block of code over. And some of this is just going to be wrong. Okay. Do I need both of the thumb refs? Maybe. Left thumb ref. Okay. What is it complaining about? Why are you upset? Oh. Because this is not the ref, this is the thumb. Okay. Right thumb. DZ! What's going on? Good to see you. You always change your handle very slightly as the months and years go by. Because now I see the digital zombie, but I think it was a little bit different before. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe it was only one time. Maybe my memory's bad. Anyways, what's been going on? Yeah, you're doing the Twitter celebrity thing. It's like, well, the real digital zombie. That's my handle. All right, update layout measurements and thumb positions. Positions. Okay. So we do container. Does it need the thumb? Does it really need it? Oh, it does need it, but it only needs one of them. It needs the left thumb, not the right thumb. It's only going to use it to figure out the width. And then this is going to be left value. And set left thumb pause. Left thumb, left value. I do need the right value. Boy, this is a hell of a function signature. Okay, on resize, it's going to be this again. I'm going to leave out all the interaction stuff for now. Resize I care about. On mouse up, I'll wait. I'll bring it back in a little bit later. Okay, so this is going to take his dependencies, set left thumb pause, set right thumb pause, layout measurements, then left value, and right value. Okay. Let's grab this and at least write a stub version of it. Sure. I'll come and take a look at that and see if you screwed it up in a moment. HTML div element, left thumb is HTML span element. Left value is just a number. Right value is another number. Set layout measurements is a function. Clearly this needs to be multi-lined, but I'm going to wait till I can get out of split screen. So calc thumb pause from value. I think this can be the same for the left and right thumbs. Let me see, did it just... Yeah, I think this might be okay. Let me take a look. So it grabs out the minimum leftmost value, which is okay. Travel width, thumb width. It just says, same as I did over here. Yeah, that should be fine actually. That should be fine. Okay, now what are you complaining about here? You don't have... What's the issue? I just checked right here. Oh, not the ref, not the thumb ref. It's the like that, and like that. Okay, cool. All right. I must be close to having this be displayable. I don't like to just write a whole ton of code and then see if it works or not. I like to add it incrementally and get like one little thing working and then add a little bit more. So I think I'm pretty close. I need my CSS. That much is clear. What's this? Slider module CSS. Okay, don't have too much to copy over, but I'll just grab this and drop it in. Yeah, that should be okay, actually. All right. That's a whole bunch of new code. Probably gonna be broken. Let's see how we do. All right. Well, not a bad start. A little bit weird. I didn't set a different value for this, though. So this actually needs to be, it needs to have a position value that would set it differently. I think that's the issue. Let's check. And also I think I will go back to single screen. I got most of the stuff copied over. The rest I can just kind of switch between tabs and copy over. Okay, the dialogue, trim speech dialogue. Trim slider. No, it does have a different right value. Okay. Trim slider. Am I missing the calculation of the position based on the value? All right. Where's the best place to start debugging this? I can. That's the problem with inlining these. It's harder to see what's actually there. Let's just, for now, do next, left. Yeah, what the heck. Let's just go into the debugger. That's probably the simplest way to figure it out. Okay, not slider. It won't be loaded yet. Wisp, source, speech screen, dialogues, trim, slider. Oh I can't drag there yet. I need to go like that, and then go, bam, okay. Oh, you didn't even call this? You didn't even get to here? That's not expected. Well, if you never updated the measurements, I have to ask, why not? Yeah, let's see. Cancel. Come back in. Okay, so we're inside of here, inside of the mount. Okay, container, left thumb, right thumb. Okay, so container is null. Null. Null, you say? Oh yeah, I don't have a ref down here. I didn't put ref equals container down there. Okay, good. Suppose I also could have looked at my console log. Init layout measurements is not defined. Multiple errors. Well, those are probably redundant. Alright, but let's fix them. Let's fix them. Okay, so ref equals container ref. And yeah, I don't think that's undefined. Alright, so now I got somewhere. The X positioning looks correct. The Y positioning is kind of weird. I thought if I gave it absolute position that it wouldn't try to go down a line. I inspect the CSS styling. Top is at 0.45. What if I undo that? Oh, they just all go down. Oh, it's relative position. What if I did absolute? That seems strange to me. Because the container that it belongs to is this guy here. I thought the coordinates would be relative to the top left of its parent container. Can I put relative there? What about this guy? I forget what all the options do. I just kind of go down and see which one works in its inline block. Or one of these ones too would work. So it's that inline thing. Yeah, inline block. That's the one for me. Okay. Trim slider module. Thumb. Display. Inline block. Okay. Now this guy, it didn't come in past the little inset that I need to show that it's on the groove. Like, I don't want it to come out this far. I'm kind of wondering which variable is the cause of that error. Okay. So let's go back and look at the measurements here. So, layout measurements, calc layout measurements. Travel width equals the container width minus the padding times 2. The padding width is going to be 70% of the thumb width. So that seems correct. Left min x will be the padding width. Let me scroll this around a little, or resize it. Oh, it won't resize while I'm in the debugger. Okay. There we go. Okay. So how am I off on this? Layout measurements seem fine. Like the only one of these that's being used is left min x. Calc thumb pause from value, left value and right value. Wow, this really seems correct to me. Okay, let's do console log. No, not there. Here. Yep. I guess it's time for me to do this. It's more verbose, but yeah, it's easier to log from here. Okay. Console. Okay, so the measurements. Container width 307. That one's not used. Left min x, so we're 11 pixels in. So I would expect the right thumb pause to be 258 minus 11 minus 5, 242. Oh. Okay. So I am getting a different calculated position by my expectations. So right, let me think this through again. So I'm saying for the right thumb pause, which is 100%, the value is 100, that we do left min x 11 plus the travel width 285. Okay. Where would that be? That would be here plus here. That would be all the way to the end of the thing. Okay, and then it doesn't look like it's even correcting for the halfway adjustment. So okay, so it's left pos plus travel pos, which already takes into account the removal of the two buffers from the left and right side. Okay, and then you subtract 5.5, so you get 290. Did I just get like two separate calculations there? Okay, let's do this again. Left plus travel width 285 minus 11 divided by 2. No, that's wrong. That's wrong, because the last one is going to be the thumb width divided by 2. So it's 11 plus 285 plus thumb width 16 divided by 2. 304. I swear, every time I do this, I get like a different calculation. Okay, one more time. 11 plus 285 minus 8. 288. Okay, that is the correct number, I believe. It is less than the container width, the 307. It is matching the actual calculated right thumb pos. So then that leaves other possibilities. But not many. There's got to be something I'm not understanding correctly. Maybe the measurement's wrong. Maybe the units used in the measurements are different than pixel. Maybe the value is somehow not what I expect it to be. I don't know. Let's set a breakpoint here. It's not the best place to have a breakpoint, but let's see. One more. Okay. So, right value, what are you? Right value. 100. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. Okay, what else am I looking at? To figure out why this is wrong? Well, I know one thing I can do. I can set the Y value so it goes down, and I'll be able to see where it is in relation to the right side of this better. Could be that groove isn't going all the way to the end either. Okay, so trim slider module. We'll set the top to -0.8 REM. Bam. Oops. I meant negative. Okay, so there I can see it better. You know what it kind of looks like? Looks like I'm off by like a whole thumb length. Like it found the 100% spot. But only if you didn't take into account, like if the thumb was like a 1 pixel sliver, it would be positioned correctly. So perhaps my travel width is calculated incorrectly. So what did I say about my travel width? I said it would be container width minus padding times 2. Trim slider. Over here, what did I do? Yeah, I did padding times 2 over here too. That was fine for this one. What happens if I only have one thumb? If I just say, well, we're not going to have this left thumb. We'll just do the right thumb. Does that affect it? It fucking does. Yeah. I get it. So the relative positioning is impacted by the first thumb. That's what made it go off. But I know how to fix this. We'll do left thumb style and right thumb style. No, that won't work. That won't work. Because I'm already setting left in here. Alright, some different ways I could fix it. I could just have the right thumb pass be decremented by this width of the thumb. That's probably the easiest. I would like it if there was a CSS way where just the right thumb is not affected at all by the position of the left. I think I'd have to use absolute positioning to do that, and then I'd have to really drastically change my calcs and add some more refs, and I don't really want to do that. What happens if I just... What if I do transform? Or here. Right thumb pass minus layout measurements thumb width. Yeah, that fixes it. And then let's set these back to being on the groove instead of above it. Okay, so now I got my double sliders. occurs to me that I'll probably need to have this wave visualizer be have padding so that it's not possible for the leftmost position of this to. Anyways, I'll come to that later. So then I guess what would remain is all the dragging stuff. I think I'm doing okay with time. I might be able to finish that up in this session. I do think there's some readability issues with these two sliders right next to each other. I'll deal with those later too. Yeah, my wireframe, I just gave it more space and that made it easier. All right, dragging. Const is left. Yeah. Is that what I did in the other one? Is that the same naming? What did I just say? Is dragging. Oh yeah, is dragging, set is dragging, set was dragging. It's gonna be kind of cumbersome. Okay. Let's just do is left dragging. Set is left dragging. And then I do was left dragging, set was left dragging. Yep. Okay. Let's go back. See what I did for slider again. I said on mouse up. Okay, we'll come back to trim slider. Then just this. Okay, put in some event handling for the mouse up. There's also a mouse down. And, oh yeah, the on mouse move too. Okay, so okay. And what was the other one? In the container, we say on mouse move, and then we check if we're dragging. Same for the right. Okay, I do this calc thumb pause from drag. And that, maybe I could just grab it from here. I guess let's do calc left and calc right. Min left X. Or is it left min X, I think. To do, need to update min max of right thumb in layout measurements. Okay. So far, so good. Got that feeling like I'm forgetting something. Okay, so we got all the parts. Where are all the parts dragging? Oh, there's one more. There's another use effect. Left dragging equal was left dragging. I gotta do this differently. So, okay, so this is gonna be is left dragging and was left dragging. Just that. Okay, left thumb pause. This is just for the left. Okay, then I do the same one for the right. Calc value from thumb position. Let's do left min x, right max x. I'll just clamp between those as safety. That should do it. I like that I'm copying and pasting code, but it's still dry because most of these have got a change that's a little bit different for this particular component. So I'm not repeating myself so much. If I was, I would take more opportunities to refactor. But so far it's a pretty dry set of copy and paste and edits. Okay. Lots of new code there. Let's go check if it works. Okay, I've got Dragon. It's stopping short over here. Feels like I've got the left max at set too stringently. We'll see later. And on this way, yeah, that's about right. It's the first one that is stopping too quick. Oh, now I'm having trouble getting it all the way over to here. Okay. So that points to probably the min x and max x being wrong. I'm not sure though. It is nice I can drag. That's cool. I know that like I don't have anything to stop this from happening yet. There's a bunch of little things that are off there. Okay, so there it's good. And the min x should be what? I had to pick something hard to work on. Okay, so x is a value measured in pixels for the location of the center point relative to the start of the groove, of the location of the center point of the thumb relative to the start of the groove. So the thumb here is, what was it, 16 wide. And I set the value to 70%. 70% of the button. All right, so that's correct on this side. Max X doesn't seem to be behaving correctly. So what would I expect it to be? I'd expect it to be max X to be container width minus 70% of the thumb width. Let's see the calcs. Okay, so container width, you are 382. Thumb width, you're 16. I'm expecting right max X to be, let's see, what's padding width, 7 or 11? Okay. So I'm expecting right max X to be travel width 360 minus 11. That's 349, I think. Yeah, 349. So that's what I expect right max X to be. And it will be that. So when I come down to here, well, let's see. Okay. So what is right max X? Oh, well, now it's a different container width, so I have to take a look at that. 384 minus the padding width, which was 11. 384 minus 11 is 373. Oh, it's set to 351 for some reason. Well, oh, wait. It's not travel width minus padding width, it's container width. Right? Right. Yeah. Okay. So let's fix that at least. Or at least try it. I think I'm right. Container width minus padding width and left max X. What am I going to say? Container width minus padding width minus thumb width. Okay, let's try that. There, that's nicer. If I go this way, cool. If I go this way, cool. Okay, so the remaining part is I need to update the bounds of travel based on the position. So if I move the left thumb here, I need the right thumb to be constrained to this and not be able to go past it like it can now. So that's next. That's not too hard. I think I did all the hard work, to be honest. So bring this down to here. Constrain, no, constrain thumb travel in, yeah. This will be bam. Okay, I'll say, well, let's take a look at what it thinks it's doing. I don't think I need all that, but I am quite curious what it thinks it's going to do. Number. And this will just be layout measurements. And then this will be layout measurements again. And actually, I'll give Copilot another chance, since I just added more specification. Go ahead. This might be better. I just saw famous last words pop up, but I forget which thing you were commenting against. But yeah, maybe this is where the birth of AGI happens, and we're all destroyed. Okay, thumb width from the late. Okay, let's see. Left max X. Is the right thumb plus minus thumb width, right min X, left thumb plus thumb width. That seems right. That seems right. Let's see. So coming down to here. Why do you say that's a... Oh, you're right. It is a typo. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be just a little bit sloppy and admit I'm not 100% sure this is right, but it seems at least like it's close to correct. And I'll test it, and that'll tell me if it's all the way right or if it's has some other issue. Okay, so there I'm constraining. Go this way. Did not work. Did not work. All right. So let's forget even what it said and just figure it out on my own without the robot's help. Okay. Let's see. And I did like the thumb width thing. Const, yeah, thumb width. Okay. Then we say next layout measurements, and then the thing that's gonna have to change is left max x is gonna be yes, the right thumb position minus the thumb width, and then next layout measurements right min x is going to be the left thumb plus the thumb width, and then return, you know what I want to return. There we go. That might have been exactly the same thing as what was there before, but just worded differently. The rest should be easy from now. Yeah, that was just tempting fate. That was definitely tempting fate. Still, I got 31 minutes on the clock before I gotta go figure out dinner, so I should be all right. Even piling on more last words. Okay, let's see how we doing. There. Yeah, it lets me go through. Okay. It lets me go through. And then it messes up the location of where it should stop. What's up with that? Well, at least the right and the left didn't get messed up. It's just this part over here. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see what it calculates under constraint. So if I take this to about the middle point. Oh, I know it would work better. Let's... No breakpoint? No breakpoint. No breakpoint. Why is there no breakpoint? Did I put it in the wrong spot? Is it? Oh, did it not? Is this like a hot reload problem? Update layout measurements. Okay, I've got this in the wrong location. That's all. That's all. That's all. Okay. Yeah, let's keep my setters together. Okay. So the place where I want to do that is when I mouse up, I think. But that's a really ugly place to mouse up. Okay, here's where I want to do it. When I let up on dragging. Okay. Constrain, thumb travel and layout measurements. Left thumb pause, right thumb pause, layout measurements. Okay. And this is going to be const. Well, don't worry about assign it, just do set layout measurements. Then I gotta add this down here. Okay, same deal here. Okay, we'll see how this does. That's promising. It's kind of a weird max X there, but let's keep playing with it. Yeah, it looks like it's off by like a half or something. What do you think about that? I'm trying to keep the thumb positions always meaning where is the middle of this thumb. So it should be the case that the max for the left is equal to the position of the right minus the thumb position, and the min for the right is equal to the left position plus thumb width. But there's like a half off thing. It's like off by half a button. I want to fix that without breaking something else. So I shouldn't need any special casing. I shouldn't need to say that like the max and min are calculated differently for each button. Okay, let's just do some console logging, see what numbers it's coming up with. Or I could do debugging. Yeah, let's just do debug. Okay. So what happens if just drag it all the way to the end and let go. Okay. So what do I expect it to do? I expect right thumb pause. I expect the max left to get set to right thumb pause minus 16, 331. Now, currently, right max X is at 355. But also it looks like we're in a bad state. like things are drawing wrong. Let me hit play. And let's get through this. This looks like it's seizing up on me or something. Okay. Let's try it again. Oh, I know why it looked funny, because I resized this window in the middle. Okay. All right, so okay. Right max right now is at 319. I expect, sorry, left max is at 295. That's the variable I care about. So I expect it to be set to 311 minus 16. 295, and that's what it currently is at. Left max X, I want you to be at 295. Okay. Right min X, you'll just stay with, oh, wait a minute. Okay, right min X. Is it 19? No, that's not right. Oh, no, I think, no, it is right. Okay, so right, the minimum value of X should be, what should it be? Should it be 19? Left thumb pause. 3. 16, 19. Okay. So after this goes through, it should stay at the same values. Right min X 19, left max X 295. All right, so if I did all that, and I should be able to drag this and have it stop. Yeah, it stopped short. Okay. It stopped short. Now, would that have been the case if I hadn't resized? Let's do one without. Okay, that's correct. Yeah, okay. But it seems like the min and max values are just getting set to the same thing. So why should it behave differently? Is it where I'm clicking on this? No. Okay, so I'm going to do a recalc of everything. That's good. Lines up perfect. But now this one's going to be messed up. I'm going to come over here. That's good. That's not. So this all looks correct. right, let's clear this. And let's see. Yeah, I want to verify that in this one use case I've got that the layout measurements aren't changing around. There's my starting layout measurements. Okay, I trust these to be correct because the first drag, it works, and also because I checked through these calcs once before and they seem good. Okay, now the question is, does something change when I do that first drag? I think it sets it to the same stuff, but I could be wrong. So it's 11:330 and oops, 3:30:19. No, okay, so right min-x does change to something different. But it makes sense for it to be something different because there's a whining dog outside. I feel bad for it. Doesn't like the rain, I think. Okay, so that's probably all right, but what about when I drag it back? It should